Old King Cole was a merry old soul was he. He calls for order, and he denies parole, and he accepts the not guilty plea. Jurisprudence, just and prudent, a unique wisdom had he. Of there's none so fair, or can compare, with Judge Cole's justice, see?
How does the defendant, Mr. Lupus Wolf, plea?
Accused of destruction and porcine consumption, saying lupus is a big bad takes little presumption. Breaking and entering, murder, mayhem with malice, flesh-eating, home-breaking, indifference so callous. A brick home survived the wolf's incredible wind. Once caught in the chimney, he was finally pinned. A penchant for pigs, goats, children, and sheep. The state is intending to put him to sleep. His rap sheet stretches for mile after mile. How it all plays out, stay tuned for the trial.
I plead not guilty, Your Honor.
Defending the wolf, the best money can buy. A shark, an ex-frog, a promiscuous guy. Ex-wives Snow Beauty and Cindy say he's conceited, but Charming's the name and he's rarely defeated. Acquittal for little, Prince Charming for hire. Resounds his commercial with angelic choir. Call now, act fast, to be pulled from the fire. Justice for money, Prince Charming, Esquire.
Lou, my friend, the DA is refusing the plea bargain.
For ADA Peter, this was a very personal case. Wolf once disappeared duck, with nary a trace. At that trial there had been evidential errors. It looked like the wolf wouldn't pay for his terrors. The wolf frustrated Peter, and the legal system's wrath. Peter stewed as the wolf addressed the court with a laugh. Friend to elders and animals was Boy Scout Pete, but he gave the wolf a mistrial, striking him in defeat. Now a fairy tale chance, another shot Pete has. New charges, a new trial, and all of that jazz. To bring Wolf to justice and avenge his friend Duck. The wolf will pay for his crimes. I'll make him say, Phooey. A personal case for our noble ADA Peter. On evidence again, conviction with Tita. A cold dish to be served, this time sweeter. In progress, our trial of the little pig-eater. The prosecution calls Shepherd to the stand. Little Bo Peep finally found her sheep, but Shep here lost his whole herd. For what you sow, you also reap, when no one can trust your word.
That's when I saw the wolf.
How did you know that it was Lupus or Lou Wolf?
I recognized him, and he spoke.
And what did he say?
Objection. Hearsay.
This testimony is being offered for identification purposes, and is, in any event, an admission by the defendant.
Overruled. Answer the question.
King, let me in, or I'll blow your house the down.
And then what happened?
And then Pinky said, Oh, it's Lou.
Objection. Hearsay, Your Honor. Pinky Pig is an unavailable third party, whose alleged accusation is coming to us second-hand.
Aside from being highly probative, Your Honor, this is a textbook excited utterance exception, making the availability of Pinky immaterial. His spontaneous utterance arising from his imminent attack shows that Pinky had the present sense impression to ID his attacker in a way that you'll see is a dying declaration in this homicide case.
Overruled, but Counselor, in the future I don't need a recitation of the textbook. Please continue, Shep.
Pinky ran inside, but the wolf blew the whole house away, and butchered him.
Shep, when was the last time you saw Pinky's older brother, Hampton?
Right after he shut himself in his house. The wolf tried to blow down Hampton's house like he did Pinky's. It didn't work, so he tried climbing down the chimney. When the wolf got stuck, I ran for help. I never saw Hampton again.
Thank you, Shep. Your witness.
When you ran for help, were you able to get any?
No.
Why not?
Objection! Relevance?
Overruled. Peter, you know where this is going. I'm allowing it. I'm giving you a little latitude, Charming. Don't abuse it. Shep?
No one believed me.
Because you had a reputation for lying. Isn't that correct? In fact, on 2 prior occasions, you have accused Mr. Wolf of attacking your sheep and brought the angry mob, only to have your lie exposed.
Objection! Improper character.
It is proper impeachment as to the veracity of the witness.
Then it's improper form. Charming can't use specific instances.
Specific instances are always allowed to show bias or motive. Your Honor, if you'll just allow me to continue, I'll get there.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Shep, simple question, yes or no? You falsely accused Mr. Wolf on 2 separate occasions.
Yes.
In fact, you laughed both times, didn't you? I have the testimonies in your entire village if you need a reminder.
Yes.
And you targeted my client, Mr. Wolf, even though you knew that he had not attacked you or your sheep. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Do you dislike my client, Shep?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance?
Motive and biased, as promised, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Shep, are you biased against Mr. Wolf?
Yeah.
So a known liar was something against my client.
Objection. Argumentative.
Withdrawn. I'm done.
Shep, do you know the difference between a truth and a lie?
Yeah, I do.
And what does being under oath mean?
You have to tell the truth.
Objection. Character.
Proper rehabilitation, Your Honor.
I'll allow it.
And were you under oath when you cried wolf?
No.
Thank you. Nothing further. There once was a little hood named Red. Didn't care that her grandma was dead. For the wolf was Red Sav. My, what big parts that you have! Exclaimed she as they romped in her bed.
I know Lou's innocent. He was with me at the time.
Doing what?
Summoning storks.
How can you be sure of the time?
Our stork summoning was vigorous. We broke a clock, so I distinctly remember the time.
Thank you for coming here to tell the truth, Miss Red.
The truth. The truth is that you aren't sure what time Lou left. Isn't it probable that the time read off a broken clock was wrong?
It felt 5-ish, too. Plus, Lou would never hurt anyone. I know him too well.
And how did you and the wolf meet?
At a relative's house.
At your grandma's, in fact. Isn't it true that there were allegations in the press that you and Mr. Wolf conspired to disappear Grandma?
Objection. Hearsay and improper character.
Withdrawn. You testify that you know the defendant well?
Intimately.
Are you familiar with his habit for dress-up, then? Once as you, then as Grandma, and another time in sheep's clothing.
Objection. Irrelevant.
Your Honor, this goes directly to the witness's credibility. She says she knows the wolf intimately, and if she did, she'd know about his penchant for disguises.
Rein it in under 404B, Counselor. Keep it pertinent. The objection is sustained.
Miss Red, I apologize. You know the wolf intimately. Would you say that you love him?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Bias, Your Honor.
Overruled.
We have fun.
Would you say you get along because of a common past?
I don't follow.
I mean that both of you have criminal records. You were once known as Little Hood and convicted of gun running.
Objection. Improper impeachment under 609 B and D. The adjudication happened nearly 10 years ago while Miss Red was still a juvenile. Its prejudicial value far outweighs its probative value as to her credibility. The ADA is intentionally trying to confuse the issue.
Your Honor.
In addition, Mr. Wolf, the defendant, has yet to take the stand and can't be impeached.
Sustained. Both references were improper and must be stricken.
A final question, then. It's uncontested fact that Mr. Wolf was caught in Hampton Pig's chimney. Yet Mr. Pig is, for some reason, missing and unable to testify, Miss Red. So my question to you is, where were you when Mr. Wolf was caught in the chimney?
Objection. Your Honor.
404B conspiracy for a common scheme and bias, Your Honor.
Ms. Red, answer the question.
Sure, I was at home, recovering.
Ugh, damn, stuck with the answer.
And how did you end up in Mr. Pig's chimney?
I sweep chimneys with my huffing and puffing. I fell in while inspecting it. While stuck, I was angry and threatened to sue Mr. Pig. That's probably why he disappeared.
Objection! Speculation!
Sustained. Mr. Wolf, please limit your statements to what you personally know to be true.
Did you commit these crimes, Mr. Wolf?
No, I'm innocent.
Your alibi relies upon a woman with whom you are currently involved with, correct?
Yes.
And can you account for your whereabouts in any other way?
Other than my word, no.
How can you explain Shepard's eyewitness testimony?
Objection. Speculation.
Withdrawn. You say you were hired by Mr. Pig to sweep his chimney, despite your reputation as a predator?
Objection. Improper character.
This goes directly to motive, Your Honor. Under Old Chief, I'm entitled to put Mr. Wolf's testimony in context.
Sustained. But, Counselor, why don't you rephrase the question?
Mr. Wolf, are you a predator?
I'm not a predator, I'm a vegan. If I crave soft pink flesh, how could I be with red? I've long forgotten the taste of meat.
Peter's witnesses were all impeached or missing, evidence circumstantial and at the risk of dismissing. The state had the burden of proof to carry. With little to lose, Peter tried a Hail Mary.
Objection. Hitting the witness.
612, Your Honor. An object, such as a football, may be used to refresh an adverse party's memory. We ask the court for some latitude and invite, in fact encourage, the defense to inspect the object.
Objection overruled, for now. I'm going to give you a little rope here, Counselor. Don't hang yourself with it. In addition, you will refrain from striking the defendant with projectiles or in any other way, or I will find you in contempt of court.
Mr. Wolf, what is the object before you made of?
Hide?
Specifically pigskin, isn't that right?
I guess.
Crackling is crispy fried pigskin, isn't it?
Huh? Well...
Bacon is smoky and cured savory belly pork.
Your Honor.
Honey-glazed ham, breaded pork chops, spicy sausage.
No.
Peter!
Fall off the bone baby back ribs, pulled pork, roasted loin. Do you remember the taste of meat? I want the truth.
You arrogant little... You can't handle the truth. You weep for the pigs and curse the carnivores. You have the luxury of not knowing the hunger that I must know. Their deaths, while tragic, saved lives. Deep down, you're happy it was them and not you. I spend my life fighting the hunger, sparing you all another day. And you mock it as a punchline and pass judgment from the pasture. I'd prefer if you just thanked me for my grace and continue to graze away. Otherwise, I suggest you offer yourself up on a plate. Right now!
I'm not your dinner. I'm your prosecutor, you son of a bitch. In the mind of all present was ADA Pete, attacked by the wolf as the other white meat. As can be expected, post a show of such fury, a verdict of guilt was returned by the jury.
Phooey.